Hey, what's up guys, it's KXF and welcome back to another video. So today we're checking out the glorious PC Gamer's Model O Ultra Lightweight RGB Gaming Mouse, or better known as just the Model O. Now I've been pretty excited to check this one out, and now that I finally got one on my hands, let's go ahead and jump right into the review. Starting off with the design, the glorious Model O has an ambidextrous shape, though it's intended for right-handed people only, as there are only side buttons on the left side of the mouse, so for those of you who are left-handed, you're out of luck. The build quality is also stellar with no signs of giving in when you squeeze the mouse. As for branding, you've got the glorious bearded man lightly printed on the left and the word glorious in tiny letters on the right. The mouse has a total of 6 buttons, of which all of them are fully programmable. The cable is a nicely braided ascending cord at 6.5 feet long. The reasons as to why these cables are better than regular non-ascended cords is because these prevent cable drag, and it feels like almost as if it were wireless due to the ultra lightweight design of them. On the underside, there are 4 G-Skates premium mouse feet, which are incredibly smooth, making it easy to get those quick flicks while in game. The Model O comes in 4 different color variants: matte black, matte white, glossy black, and glossy white. The unit I purchased is matte black, and the reason for that is because I don't exactly like the feeling and the look of the glossy ones, and the white ones just don't fit in with my setup due to the fact that the rest of my peripherals are all black, even though the white ones accentuate the RGB far better than the black ones do. And trust me, I really do love me some RGB here. Speaking of RGB, there's 2 light strips in total, 1 on each side. The scroll wheel is also RGB as well. There's actually only 3 total RGB lighting zones, but even then the transition between each zone is super smooth. The measurements of the glorious Model O are 128mm long, 59mm wide, and 37.5mm tall. This mouse is also primarily designed for those who have claw or fingertip grips, though it is still possible to palm grip it if your hands are the right size. That's what she said. Now for the biggest factor of the mouse itself and the whole reason as to why it was made: the ultra lightweight design. Weighing at only 67 grams, this makes it the second lightest RGB gaming mouse in the world, right after the Model O-, which is just a smaller version and weighs 9 grams less at 58 grams. Do note that the glossy variants will weigh 1 gram more than the matte versions at 68 grams. As you can see, the top shell of the mouse has a honeycomb cutout design, which is one of the biggest factors for the cut down of the weight of this mouse. The bottom of the mouse has the same pattern as well, so for those of y'all with trypophobia, you've been warned. Again, it still amazes me as to how the Model O still includes RGB even at this weight. However, one note is that since there are holes in this mouse, it could potentially be a dust trap, so just a heads up. And surprisingly enough, the mouse doesn't feel weird at all with the holes, but it does feel more grippy than without them, which is a good thing. Moving on to the more technical aspects, the glorious Model O uses the Pixar 3360 optical sensor, which is capable of sensing from as low as 400 dpi up to 12,000 dpi, or dots per inch. There's actually a DPI switching button underneath the scroll wheel that you can click, which will allow you to toggle between each of the sensitivity stages. On the bottom of the mouse is a small LED that will change colors based on the DPI you select. The mouse switches are manufactured by Omron and are capable of 20 million lifetime clicks. They have a nice and crispy feeling to them, and the scroll wheel is also decently tactile and quiet and has a rubberized texture with some deep grooves, which feels really nice. In the first few batches of the Model O, there have been reported issues of wobbly left and right click buttons, but Glorious did fix that in future batches, which is the case for me. And now here's a quick sound test of these Omron mouse switches. As for software, it's actually pretty user-friendly. You can use it to reprogram all the buttons, create macros, and other stuff. There are also 3 profiles that you can toggle through as well. Each of the DPI stages can be individually readjusted to your personal preference. You're also able to change up the polling rate and debounce time as well. Another thing you can do is change up the RGB lighting effects, even toggle the speed and direction. Let me go ahead and show you guys all the effects there are. features the glorious Model O includes, it only costs at a low price of $50. The glossy variants will cost $10 more at $60, but even then, it's still a rather affordable price for most people. Now to list some pros and cons. The pros, it's pretty much everything I've listed before. The RGB lighting, the extremely lightweight, the extended cord and G-skates, pretty much everything about this mouse is awesome. As for the cons, I can't really think of anything bad about this mouse, but if I really had to, then I would say that the honeycomb hole patterns on the top shell of the mouse could potentially allow a lot of dust to settle in the interior of the mouse. I also do sort of wish that the DPI could go below 400, but I wouldn't really consider that an actual con. So to sum it up in a nutshell, would I recommend the glorious Model O gaming mouse? The answer is yes. With all the features it has with very little cons at a super low price point, you should definitely get it. I highly recommend this mouse. Anyway, that'll conclude my review of the glorious PC Gamer Race Model O. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up to show your support, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I'm KXF, and I'll see y'all next time.